What's up, Turtle Crew? Back with another video. I know what you're thinking. All of you 7 subscribers, I know. I haven't posted in like 3 months. This is a very long time, and I apologize for that. We're gonna work on it, and we're coming back with some new energy. What? My bad, got a little hype there. Anyways, y'all, you can see right now that we are looking at the New Year's resolution packs. They start out with some rubies, and each of them has that little lightning mark onto the side, which means they're evolution cards. Now, the 2K community came out and was like, yo, these cards are trash. They're trash, okay? And the developer said, we got you. We'll make them better. And they did. So here we are. We got starting out with our ruby cards, which we will be reviewing in a different video for our budget turtles out there. Now we will be looking at the best cards in the set for those who are saving up their MT and trying to get a really good card to fit with their lineup. Starting out with Mr. Westbrook. Very nice hot zones. Only 5 Hall of Fame badges as of right now before the Evo. With the Evo, he has he's got 9 badges. Alright. 6'3 height, 6'7 wingspan. Obviously in the point guard position. And with the evolution boost, he gets plus 13 on his 3-point. Man, this dude's solid. Got the 96 speed. Obviously, great in perimeter defense. Nothing inside, nothing too crazy. No block, no interior. But his offense is just like all the other Westbrook cards. Dunkings off the chain. Obviously, great speed and good ball handle. And speed with ball. And it also has that rebound aspect. But with the evolution, he gets a 92 3-point. He also gets a lot more shooting badges, such as Deadeye and Sniper, Blinders, Chef, Circus 3s. Not only a couple of those are Hall of Fame, but these gold versions of the badges are still really good. So this is definitely going to be a card to look at, even for the budget ballers. Check out his animations really quick. He's got the Russell Westbrook base and upper release. Release timing is normal, so he's not going to be crazy fast with this shot, which is definitely something to think about when you're talking about using him as your main scorer. You also want to look at his moving crossovers, moving behind the back. Trae Young's pretty good in that scenario. Let's see who else has that moving behind the back. Manu, Pete, the other Russells, all great cards. Nothing too flashy. They're all good, but again, nothing too crazy. This moving crossover is pretty good as well. One of the best in the game as far as I know. So this is definitely a card to look at, especially if it's going to be cheap in the market. And I'm talking like 50K or less, hopefully, for his diamond. You evo him up, and he's an elite card at the jump. Someone to compare him to is Ja Morant. He is a lot like Ja Morant. He has more speed, a little more 3-point, more inside scoring, and then defense is around the same. Ja Morant has a little less, to be honest, and then rebounding as well. So actually an upgrade to Ja Morant, even in the badges category. You can clearly see that he has more shooting badges and playmaking badges and defensive badges. His slashing is actually, finishing is actually a little less, which is a little surprising. But anyways, Russell Westbrook is definitely a good card to look at, especially for a main scorer. Next up, we have Kevin Love. Not a whole lot to look at, to be honest with you. With his evolution, makes him a lot better. Because before, he had 65 speed. Who wants to have 65 speed at the center position or at the power forward position? Also, his standing dunk and driving dunk needed to be upgraded. So they obviously went with that upgrade, and they definitely made this card better. Great 3-point shot, of course. He's got the inside scoring. He's got the interior defense, sort of. And then perimeter defense is very lacking. But he will still be a good card to have on the back burners, especially if you're trying to shoot a lot of threes. He could definitely be a great addition if you have a 5-out lineup or whatever the case is. If you just want shooters all around the perimeter, he can definitely be in your lineup. But I'm not looking at him a whole lot. Even for budget ballers, he's just not someone to look for. Don't save up your money for this guy. Next up, we have Sir Wade himself. Height 6'4", wingspan 6'10", 10 Hall of Fame badges with the Evo. Adds 11 to his 3-point shot. boost it from 79, which is right around where Michael Jordan's diamond card is, up to a 90. Definitely makes this guy so much better. You really want to look at this D Wade. He's got the driving dunk. He's got all defensive stats you need, 90 plus in everything but interior defense. He has it in block, steal, lateral, perimeter. That's all you need to lock down. That's actually even better than a Magic Johnson card. Even though Magic Johnson doesn't have a lot of height, D Wade is definitely going to be a two-way player. His speed with ball speed is great, and his ball handling is just good enough, with his passing accuracy and passing vision being there as well. Inside scoring, of course, is great. Check out his animations real quick. Release timing, normal release timing. I mean, come on, y'all. Could be better. Moving behind the back is Dame Lillard. Obviously a great behind the back. Literally the best behind the back move there is. As long as you have the hyperdrive badge, which he also has. He has most of the badges, actually. Shooting, finishing. The only ones that he doesn't have are really the big man badges in the finishing category. Everything else he had, especially for a guard. This is what you need. This is the card that you're looking for to not only lock down, but to be a solid main scorer. This is really, in my opinion, an upgraded version of Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson will always have his height, but he can't shoot as many threes. So D-Wade would definitely be an upgrade for the Magic Johnson players out there who love to use this card. Obviously, if you like to cheese with Magic Johnson and go on the post against that Trae Young or Steve Nash that you see running in clutch time, go ahead and keep your Magic Johnson. But this D-Wade is going to be elite. This is the next level of Magic Johnson, and he's definitely going to be an upgrade as long as you have the MT to buy him, or if you want to spend a whole lot on packs, which I don't, but he's definitely a card to look into if you are able to purchase him. Our next card is good old Shaquille O'Neal, the Mac Daddy himself.
I'm a little uncomfortable with that.
Okay. Yo, that was sus. The Evo, we'll check in on all those Evo requirements in another video as well. But he's 7'1" height, 7'7" wingspan. With the Evo, he does have 10 Hall of Fame badges. Upgrades his shot mid to 90, which is definitely a great upgrade. I know not a whole lot of people use the mid-range shot because it's not as effective, but having a big man who can shoot even just a little bit, even just inside the three-point line, can definitely help space out the game. That's why I use someone like Nate Thurmond, who we will be comparing to this Shaq in just a little bit. Obviously, he's got great speed for someone who's 7'1". Great inside scoring. Doesn't have the playmaking, which is actually crazy because his playmaking is not horrible. So he'll still be able to dribble a little bit. His defense is obviously top tier. He's just going to be grabbing boards over everyone because they simply don't have the height that Shaquille O'Neal has. Now, his moving behind the back is actually a Steph Curry moving behind the back. Why? I don't know, because he can't really use the behind the back. So obviously we're not going to even pay attention to these dribble moves because there really is no reason to do that. Check his badges really quick. Has a bunch of finishing badges. I would definitely add badges such as fast twitch, which means under the basket dunks are a lot quicker. Definitely something you want to upgrade with Shaq. And even limitless takeoff and slithery finisher are definitely good finishing badges to add. As for defensive badges, there's not a whole lot you really need to add here. Maybe menace or ball stripper, because I'm sure there'll be some slashers coming in at you in the paint, but that's all you can really do for right now. With the Evo, they did give him some shooting badges, so his mid-range is going to be pretty solid, and he'll also have a good fade to his shot. Someone to compare him to is the Nate Thurmond, the NBA 75th anniversary card. Obviously, Shaq has the height advantage off the bat, also more Hall of Fame badges, and stat-wise, Nate Thurmond doesn't have a whole lot to work with. However, Nate Thurmond was a free card, so if you happen to get him and are using him with his awesome speed, hint hint, Nate Thurmond, great card, especially at the center position, then there may not be a reason to pay as much as you would for this Shaq, because you know that this Shaq is going to go off the charts on MT. He's going to be over 100K at least, probably 200, 300K, even though he's still just a pink diamond. He is definitely going to be expensive, so it may be smarter to go with someone else. Badges, as you can see, for the most part, Shaq has the dub. except playmaking. Nate Thurman has better playmaking badges, but you're not using Nate Thurman to dribble around, so who cares? Now we have our 2 Galaxy Opal cards. Obviously some of the best cards in the game right now. The Zion Williamson, I haven't checked his stats out yet, but with his Evo, he has 15 Hall of Fame badges. He has some 3-point hot zones. They boosted his 3-point shot from 78 to 88. Definitely a big change here. Only 86 speed, expecting a little bit more from such an explosive player, but standing dunk, driving dunk is exactly what you expected at. His steal is extremely low for some reason. He's going to have 86 ball handle. And at the power forward position, that is definitely going to be crazy. He has almost all of the finishing badges except Teardropper. If you really want Teardropper, go ahead and put him on it. I wouldn't though. I would put Mismatch Expert, Stop and Pop, and Rhythm Shooter definitely in your shooting badges, since they are not as expensive as badges such as Chef and Circus 3s. Another thing you can do with his badges is add playmaking badges, because he has that 86 ball handle and he's going to be fast enough to go past some of the big men that people use. So definitely a good card to keep in mind. I'm not quite sure who we could really compare him to at the power forward position, so we might come back to you with that one. And if you find one, please leave one in the comments. Someone who you compare this Zion to. Obviously he's one of the best, so it's going to be hard to find that one. And last but not least, the Big Don. The Big Don himself. With the Evo, he also gets 15 Hall of Fame badges. You see his hot zones are off the chain. He's got a 6'8 height, only a 6'8 wingspan, so just a little bit more than that. At the shooting guard position, not the point guard position, he's still really good. With the Evo, his defensive stats get an extreme boost. Definitely needed, as defensive stats are worth a lot in this game right now. Ball handle, speed with ball, inside scoring's not insane. He can still dunk, obviously he can still get standing dunks even, but he doesn't have a whole lot of post moves. So really he's just going to be an exterior perimeter player with a 94 3-point shot and 87 speed. That's definitely not bad, but can be lacking in what Luka could be doing. As for his shooting and playmaking badges, you see he's got almost all of them up to at least golden, except corner specialist, which is not super crazy of a badge in post playmaker. You really don't want to play post with this Luka because he just doesn't have the stats to do it. Instead, if possible, I would be looking at posterizer and limitless takeoff, and definitely chase down artist, along with maybe rim protector, because he is tall enough and he has a little bit of block to give him that boost. Obviously not crazy with the 60, but definitely might be worth it. He's got Luka dribbling moves for pretty much everything, and obviously his regular shot at normal release timing. So this should be a pretty easy shot to green, not going to be super hard, and definitely a card to think about adding to your team if you are able to use MT or buy packs with it. Honestly, the best player to compare him to right now is probably Chris Mullin. Now obviously Luka's going to be an upgraded version of Chris Mullin, but Chris Mullin was a shooter. He has a little bit enough speed, has a way less ball handling and speed with ball, so Luka is definitely going to be better on that end, and he's going to have better defensive stats all around. So if you're running with Chris Mullin at year 2 right now, this is definitely a good upgrade to have, with not only the stats but badges as well. As a reminder to everyone, do not waste your money on buying Myteam packs. I do not endorse that at all. So please use your MT wisely, and we will be releasing a new video just after this one, hopefully, about budget turtles and what we can do with this set, what cards we should add, and what cards we could even save up for, such as that Russell Westbrook, in order to upgrade our squad to an elite standard. So that is the set. Thank you all for watching the rest of this video. Feel free to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell and share with your friends. We will be right back with another video very soon, so stay tuned to the channel. Peace out, turtles.